Hello everyone, I'm Veda and today we're going to be exploring Claude. If you're a beginner and this is your first video, you're in the right spot because this covers all the basics that you need, and especially if you're a free user, you'd be able to exploit some of the Claude features that makes you level up your game and be ahead of others. So firstly, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Vedashri and I've been using Claude for quite a while now and I love AI. So let's get started. So let me set the context here. We all want to switch to better AIs, right? So now moving from ChatGPT to Claude now, we can see a massive difference in the output that we are getting. So that's why we need Claude now because it builds things faster, much more better manner. But honestly, it's of personal choice. So watch this video, get comfortable with Claude, and please share your comments below. So let's start with some of the 5 features that you need to know for sure, especially if you're a beginner, right? So, firstly, is a memory skill. So, memory is basically whenever you open a new chat, if you feel like you have to explain everything all over again, that is just inefficient, right? So, you actually have an option to remember memory in Claude. So, when you enable that feature, you wouldn't have to repeat yourself time and time again. So let's look at how it works. So the first feature that we are going to be looking at is the memory feature, right? So firstly, when you go to your Claude page, this is how it looks, right? The dashboard. So click on your profile, click on settings, and you'll be able to see something called memory. So yes, as you can see under customize, there's something called memory. You click on that and you need to make sure that the toggle button is on for both of these because these are the most important features. It helps us not repeat ourselves, and this makes life easier for us. And also there's another hack that most people don't know. So if you are shifting from ChatGPT to Claude or Gemini to Claude or whatever it is, you can easily bring all that memory back from ChatGPT or any other AI model to Claude so that Claude can answer any of your queries from any of the topics that you've dealt with earlier. So when you click on start import over here, so you can see this option, import memory from other AI providers. So start import, and you can ask ChatGPT to give you a summary of all the memory that you have shared it with and all the conversations that you have had already. So it will give you something. If you paste it here, it will be added to your memory, and that's all that it takes. So now moving on to the second feature now, let's look at skills. Skills is basically training your AI to make them an expertise in something. So you really wouldn't have to type all those long prompts again and again whenever you want a particular output. For example, if I say you need to have a script writing skills, for example, I want Claude to write my content for my next YouTube video, I can prompt all that and I can use ChatGPT to get the prompt, the long prompt, and I can also make it very specific so that it's an expert in creating whichever content it is in a YouTube format, and I can make it an expertise in that particular skill so that it can bring me that output whenever I ask it to create a particular content about a certain topic, right? For example, exercising and fitness. So just like that, you go back to your profile, click on settings, and under customize you'd be able to see a feature called skills. So when you click on skills, you'd be able to create new skills. For example, these are the skills that have already been created, and these are the skills that was already there by Claude. So you can actually add skills. So when you click on add, you'd be able to upload a skill, create a skill, or create with Claude. So basically, when you create with Claude, it will help you, assist you create the skill with much detail and all that. Otherwise, you can also create a skill by yourself, or you can even upload it. So let's say we are creating, and you can go ask ChatGPT for a prompt so that this is more detailed. You can yeah, you can use ChatGPT to make the prompt more detailed. So here is the output. We'll be copying this and pasting it over there so that it's easier. So since it's ready, let me copy this over here, and now I'm going to paste it in the instructions, and now create. So it has created a skill for me. Now I can go to Claude and I can ask, use my YouTube video script generator skill to create a video uh, content about um, meta ads for beginners. So you don't actually have to specify it every single time, but whenever you type a prompt, it will automatically use that skill. As you can see, this is the thing that it's doing now. Loaded YouTube video script generator skill. It's asking me random questions. Let me just click few options. So it uses my skill and generates an output for me. So this is basically Claude's skill feature. Let's move on to the next feature now. The third feature, it is all about artifacts. So when you generally hear about artifacts, you wouldn't really understand it much, right? Because in AI, artifacts in Claude particularly, it means that you can build something on your own with just prompts, and you don't need VS Code, Xcode, you don't need other apps, or you don't even need to know coding for that matter. So let's look at how that goes. So now let's look at how artifacts work. So basically, when you're in your Claude page, you can see in the left corner there is a feature called artifacts, right? So let's click on artifacts, and here are all the artifacts that we've already created. And right now we will start creating another one. So let's create a new artifact, and it will help you assist you in creating this new website or app or whatever it is. So let's say I want to create an app to manage my finance, and and I want Claude to help me with that. You can use this. You don't need to know any coding. You don't need to know VS Code or Xcode, Java, Python. Nothing you need to know. This is for beginners only. So even if you already know coding, you can also edit it easily using this feature. So let's say, um, what is the goal of this artifact? I wanted to manage my family's finances. Uh, what exactly should the page show? Um, my data, my budgets, my expenses, and income. Who's this primary answer? My family. This is something that I revisit and update. These are some of the other questions that it's asking me. How should one organize? Let's say monthly budget. It's my current Indian rupees. So here is the artifact. So in this side, you can see that these are all the features that can be added. So this is the full screen version of it. This is just a sample, so I haven't given much detail. You can actually use this tool to make sure that you have something built that is very much in detail, and whether it is assignments or something for your business, you can use it for anything. So you can share this, and you can give anyone with this link, share publicly, and you'll be able to share this artifact with anyone. Now let's move on to connectors. Connectors are basically where you connect Claude to other apps, for example, Canva, Microsoft Word, and all that, so that you are able to use Claude over there. And you can use Canva here in Claude, or you can use Claude in Microsoft, and it really allows you to make things more efficient. And this is a much more faster way of doing whatever you can. So this is how you stay ahead of others, your peers, your colleagues, and get that name that you deserve. Let's look at how you can do that now. So let's go back to our profile settings, and you'll be able to see connectors under customize. So click on connectors, and here you can see these are all the different apps that are already in action. Whereas if you want, you can search for them or add them, browse connectors, and you'd be able to see various different connectors. So I already have Google Drive, Gmail, Google Calendar, Canva, Notion. Let's say I want to have Notion. Notion is a very good tool that helps us organize our workspace and all that. So let's say I want to add connectors for Notion. This is how you do it, and it's very easy. You'd be able to access Notion right from your Claude. So if you have data saved over there and you ask over here, it will be able to connect to Notion and bring out your data. So I will have to log in for this. So that's how you do it. That's just the demo for you. Last but not the least feature, it is plugins. So plugins are basically like skills, but they're not exactly skills. Skills is where you give the prompt and you specify everything, whereas in plugins it has already been tested and verified, and it has already been used by many people. So it has all the data, it can actually form things better, so it can actually give you a concrete output, so you don't have to really worry about the quality of the output that you are producing. So this is the advantage of plugins. However, it is specifically for pro users or plus users, so this one is not for free users. So let's look at how that works. This is for the pro users, as I've already mentioned. It's similar to connectors, right? So you go to settings and you'd be able to see plugins over here under customize. So when you click on plugins, these are all the other plugins that are already installed. So you can actually browse or add, and these are all the plugins provided by Anthropic, which is by Claude. Or otherwise, if you give on partners, you'd be able to see other different plugins. For example, Canva is a really famous tool for editing, right? So you can add Canva. Let's say I'm going to add Canva. That's all, it's done. And you can see that these are all the features, that skills that I can be using. So whenever I give something in Claude, especially with regards to designs, I'd be able to access Canva as well, and it makes life much more easier, right? So that's it, all about plugins, connectors, and all the other different features. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you really found this helpful, please subscribe and also like this video so that I can really come up with more AI videos or such videos. And it really helps me as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.